Okay, welcome everybody. This is a DVMUG Zoom meeting. It's February 10th, 2026. We have a couple pieces of news and some videos. They're all medium length. Q&A after the videos and social hour. So moving forward, first news. Come on, move forward. There, we got three news stories, which I'll show individually. So even more updates. There've been so many friggin' updates. They were out. They released ones for ancient ones. They pulled them because there was a problem, and then they released even more. So you'd be surprised. They did Big Sur. They did Catalina. They did Watch OS 6, 9, and 10. So basically everything's been updated to make FaceTime and messages continue to work because certificates were expiring. So they're not security updates. So you got to do them before January 2027. So you got almost a whole year before you do these updates, before you lose FaceTime and text messaging. But go ahead and do them. I think this is the last batch till we get Bob on here to the next version. Okay, any questions, comments about this?
If we're running the most recent OS, is this relevant?
Nope, those were already done. These are for older stuff.
Right. Okay.
The older stuff, the certificates, they wouldn't, basically with FaceTime and messaging, we're going to stop working next year. But they're getting ahead of fixing it in advance. Okay? Next. Come on, move forward. This is a good article to read if you're curious about this update for Pages, Keynote, and Numbers go freemium, meaning Creator Studio is a subscription for what, $13 a month, which you get all the pro apps and you'll get extra features in Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. If you don't go to the Creator Studio for subscription, your Keynote, Numbers, and Pages will work normally. There's actually two different versions, a 14 and a 15, and when you download the new version, it keeps the old version. You have 14 and 15. And if you use 15, it shows you as the upgrade for Studio. And open them in one version, you can still open them in 14 back and forth. So it's kind of a mess, but it's all okay. And you want to read all the details about all this, you can read the article. He did a really deep dive, waited till everybody else had panicked, and it just gives you the real story of what's going on here. Questions, comments?
Yeah. I had put something on the BBS about that, and now I have a copy of the newer version of Pages coexisting with the older version.
Correct.
So if I use the older version, I don't get the ads, but if I use the older version, I get the ads. If I use the newer version, I don't, or how's that work?
It's backwards.
I believe the older version, no ads. The newer version gives you ads.
Okay, so as I open up older documents, I'm constantly bugged that there's a newer one.
If you double click an document, it opens in the newer one by default. You can set it in Get Info to open in the older version if you want, or you can drag it onto the older version, it'll open in the older version. Then you shouldn't, it may bug you that there's a new version, but it's not ads.
Okay, what about features?
No new features in either one of them unless you pay in the new one.
Oh, okay. What a marketing idiocy on their part.
Go download the article. It explains all the details about what to do. He did a good job. So
okay.
Gary and MacMost also did two long videos about this issue. One about there's two different ones. basically 15-minute videos, two of them, explaining what he says in this one article you can read. It shows all
What
the.
I
He actually tried it. He
yeah.
did. He opened an old document, a new one, saved it, and opened the old one to make sure all the features worked back and forth. And he said, "Yeah, it's all fine."
Okay. I notice on the iOS and iPad OS side, it just has a newer version and none of
Yeah,
this dual stuff.
yeah,
So it makes no sense.
yeah. They didn't handle this very well, I don't think.
No.
But it's all okay in the end. It works. It's not. They didn't break anything. Okay. Anything else about this? Okay, we'll move on. This is interesting. You know, there was new AirTags. Everybody's calling them AirTags 2, but Apple just calls them AirTags. And I didn't know this. I didn't pay attention. If you get the new ones, it doesn't work unless you have Tahoe with the latest update. Won't work on any of your watch, your iPhone, your iPad. You won't be able to find them unless you. So if you don't have, if you have older devices, don't buy the new AirTags unless you intend to upgrade to a new device because you won't be able to find them. The old ones will still work in Tahoe. The new ones are better, but they don't work. So he actually explains this if you're interested. So they're actually selling the old ones still, at least on Amazon for a discounted price. So I don't know if they're going to discontinue them. I think that would be a dumb idea because then you couldn't buy something that worked with something that didn't run, watch whatever 26, iOS 26. So who knows what's going to happen there? But Amazon definitely have them and they're cheap. They're much, they're a discount. So questions, comments about this? If you're interested, read the article. He explains it. Okay, we'll move forward to the video.
Do the old ones work with 26?
Yeah, the old ones still work. Yeah, no problem. So here's the videos we got. They're all kind of medium length, nothing too long. We'll go for the first one here. So this is, okay, so here's the video.
When I was a young attorney, I would dictate letters to my secretary almost every day. Nobody does that now, but you can dictate to your iPhone, and it's a lot easier than you might think. Hi, my name is Rich, and today's video is all about iPhone dictation. It's an incredibly handy little tool, especially for those of us who hate typing on the iPhone's small keyboard. But I think there's a reluctance to diving in for fear of saying something wrong and then trying to figure out how to fix it. Well, in today's video, I will show you how to fix it. But mainly, I just want to show you some practical use cases for dictation. My guess is once you get the hang of this, it'll not only save you time, but lower your frustration level and maybe even add years to your life by not having to type on that stupid little tiny keyboard. Okay, in today's video, we'll cover how to turn on dictation, how to use dictation in reminders, in messages, in calendar, in notes, in mail, and lastly, in the journal app. Okay, let's get started. Okay, if you're going to use dictation, the first thing you got to do is just turn it on. And of course, you always have to go to settings to do that because everything is in settings. So if we go into the settings app right here, and then we go to general right here, and then we scroll down to keyboard, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see enable dictation and auto punctuation. I turn both of those on for dictation, and that is all you have to do to get dictation set up on your phone, and you'll be ready to go. One handy way to use dictation is with reminders. Let me show you how I do that. Maybe I have a list of things that I need to do. I'll just open up reminders. I'll go into my reminders list. I'll hit the plus, and wherever you see the little microphone, that means you can dictate. And all you have to do is tap on that little microphone and begin dictating. Take out the trash, mow the yard, pick up pain at Lowe's, by garbage bags. And just like that, that is so much faster than typing out each one of those reminders. Very, very quick, very simple, and super handy too. You know, probably one of the best places to use dictation is in messages. I know when texting and all that stuff first came out, I just thought that was the stupidest thing on planet Earth, because why in the world would you type out a message when you could just call somebody on the phone and talk to them? I've since learned about the functionality of texting and how that can be really handy. But sometimes I don't feel like typing out big long messages. And if you go into messages, and we'll start a new message, and we're going to again tap the microphone, Mom, and then I'll put it down here. And if you'll see, it picked up my voice there, and I kind of made a mistake right there. So maybe you want to clean that mistake up. You just turn your microphone off, and you hit the delete key, and you go back. And then you can start all over again. I plan on coming over to see you tomorrow afternoon. Looking forward to it. And that's it. Actually, that's not it, because I made a mistake. So now I'm just going to back out of that. And you can actually type, if you want to, like that. I put a period in. And then you can send your message. Just as simple as that. And by the way, that's like 10 times faster than having to type on that keyboard. You can also use dictation in the calendar app. So if I open up the calendar app, and let's say I want to make a new appointment of some kind. I've got a title to my appointment, annual physical, Raleigh family practice. And there, I've set it up by using dictation. Just a quick way to add an event to your calendar. Can't get any faster than that. Likewise, you can do this in Apple Notes too. You can just open up a note. Here we can see I've got a note about a Mac Studio purchase. I'm thinking about getting a new computer this coming year, and I was just doing some research on it. And maybe I just want to dictate some thoughts about that. So I'll start a new line. This will be used for my YouTube channel. I'm hoping that it will save me a significant amount of times. And again, you can see I misspoke. I said times instead of time. So I just turn the microphone off, and I go back. I get rid of the S, and I add a period. Up here, there's another error where it says, this requires users to supply their own peripherals like monitors and keyboards. In this case, it just says keyboard. But if you just tap on that word, double tap on it, keyboards. And there you've made the correction. You don't even have to type it out. Now that is a really handy way to use dictation. And of course you can dictate very long notes. Probably one of the most practical places to use dictation is when you're creating emails. So if we open up the mail app, and I just type on new mail, and we'll say Mom, looking forward to our visit day after tomorrow, period. And if you'll notice, I put in punctuation. Now we had punctuation turned on, so it knows to enter the punctuation for you. But sometimes it'll make a mistake and it doesn't know that, and you can just say the punctuation like period or comma or whatever, that kind of thing. But it's pretty good, so I rarely ever do that. I'll pick up a pizza on my way over. And just like that, you've put together an email just by dictating. Okay, lastly, I just want to talk about the journal app. You know, a journal's a journal, and you're certainly going to do a lot of typing there, so sometimes it might make sense to just be able to dictate an entry into your journal. If I tap on the journal app, open it up, I go into my journal, and I'm going to add a journal entry. I'll hit the plus. 2026 goals. I'm looking forward to 2026. I plan on building a number of furniture projects in my updated shop this coming year. And I'm looking forward to making a number of really good YouTube videos. And just like that, I've made a quick entry in my journal and I didn't have to sit down and type it in. Very, very handy. Well, there you have it, a handful of ways to use dictation on your iPhone. I hope you found these short little tips helpful. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.
There you go. Comments, questions?
Works great.
Well, I've used it a number of times, but I've always found it easier if I say the punctuation. Like, I'll see you soon, exclamation point. Why did you do that? Question mark. Because there are times where it won't do that. And then it's like, it just makes one long rambling sentence sometimes. And let's face it, part of it could just be me because my voice doesn't translate well for some reason.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. 2 calls at once on an iPhone.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ellen's Tips for iOS. Today I'm going to show you something that confuses a lot of iPhone users, especially when it happens unexpectedly. How do you put one call on hold while answering another call on your iPhone? And stick around because after that I'll also share a few very useful tips you can use while you're already on a call. Let's get started. Let's say you're on a phone call and suddenly another call comes in. On your screen, you'll see 2 options. Accept by hitting the green button or decline by hitting the red button. If you tap end, the second call goes to voicemail. But if you tap accept, the other call is automatically connected and the call that you were on is placed on hold. You don't have to do anything fancy. Your iPhone handles the hold for you. So now, if you want to switch between the 2 calls, all you need to do is hit the swap button. So if I want to reverse back to the call that's on hold, which is Susan Sweeney, I'll tap on swap. And now I go back to the original call that I was on, and the other call will be automatically placed back on hold. You can switch back and forth as often as you need. Both callers will not be able to hear each other unless you merge the calls, and I'll show you how to handle that next. If you want everyone to talk together, look for merge on the screen. You'll see it right there. Go ahead and tap it once. And now all callers can hear each other. This is great for family calls or for quick group conversations. Here are some useful tips you can do while on a call that many people may not know about. If I need to do other things while on a call, I can tap the speaker option to go to speaker so that I can go hands-free, which is great for taking notes or multitasking. If I tap the mute option, now if I need to cough or talk to somebody nearby or block background noise, the other person will not hear you. Let me remove the mute option. If I need to use the keypad, say to press 1 for support or enter a code, even though I tap keypad, I can still hear the call while I enter numbers. I can go ahead and tap hide the keypad and come back to the normal screen. If I want to add another person to a call, I just need to tap the more option there, and then I can tap add people. It will go ahead and open up into my contacts. I can find the number, tap on it, and call that person. And that's perfect for looping someone into a conversation. Let me get rid of that. I can also check another app without hanging up. So if I swipe up from the bottom, I can come back here into the app area, and I could open my calendar if I wanted to, or look at a note, or open the contacts. The call still remains connected. You can see it up here. I'll go ahead and tap that, and I'll come back to full screen. Knowing how to manage calls means you won't panic when another call comes in, you won't accidentally hang up, and you stay in control of the conversation. If you have any questions, post them in the comments section. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to receive one-page PDF guides for iPhone calling tips and all the other tips that I provide, sign up for my newsletter at ellenstipsforios.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Okay. Pretty short, pretty good, basic stuff.
Yeah, I've got a question around that though. So there are times when I am calling some like customer support or something like that, and I get faced with a phone tree where you have to enter numbers, and the numbers aren't registering at their service. I can hear it, but it's not registering in the system. And I've noticed that there are the phone pad can be two different colors, like there's two versions of it, and I'm not sure how to switch to the one that they can hear, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Does anybody else know what I'm talking about?
I've not noticed that.
No. Well, I'm aware of it. I think in particular if I'm calling somebody and they want me to enter another phone number or something like that. You end up pushing the numbers, but they don't go through. It's like a different pad you're working on, and I don't know how to get back to the original to do that. So I have run into that a lot of times.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's a good question to try to get somebody at Apple.
Any more comments about this? Moving on. How to use Apple Pay.
With Apple Pay, you can use your Apple devices to make purchases in stores, on the web, in apps, and more. It's easy, secure, and private. On your iPhone, open the Wallet app and tap the Add button. Then, tap Debit or Credit Card to add a payment card, and tap Continue when you're ready. Now, touch your card to the back of your iPhone to add it, or enter your card details manually and follow the on-screen instructions. Your bank or card issuer might request additional verification to approve the use of your card with Apple Pay. Once you've added a card on your iPhone, your other Apple devices might also ask if you'd like to authenticate that card for use with Apple Pay. In Settings, under Wallet and Apple Pay, you can change your default card at any time if you've added multiple cards. When making a purchase in person, check for the contactless symbol or Apple Pay logo. You can use Apple Pay with your iPhone or Apple Watch at many stores, restaurants, vending machines, when paying for public transit, and more. When you want to make a purchase on an iPhone with Face ID, simply double-click the side button and glance at your iPhone to authenticate. If you have an iPhone with Touch ID, double-click the Home button, then rest your finger on it to authenticate. Or, depending on your settings, you can use your passcode. Your default card will appear for use. You can also select Pay Later options or tap your cards at the bottom of the screen to switch to a different card. When you're ready to pay, just hold the top of your iPhone near the contactless symbol on the card reader. When the transaction is complete, a chime will play, and a done message and check mark will appear on your screen. Buying something online? You can skip filling out forms when making purchases on the web or in apps when you use Apple Pay as a payment option. Just tap or click the Apple Pay button, and you can review the purchase details, confirm your billing and shipping address, and even choose a supported card to pay with rewards, or select Pay Later options or a different payment method. Then, just double-click the side button and authenticate with Face ID, Touch ID, or your passcode to complete the transaction. And that's how you can make purchases securely and easily with Apple Pay. Terms apply. For more information, see apple.com/apple-pay.
There you go. Questions, comments?
I'll be one of the first ones to say it's better than sliced bread.
No, I haven't. I never use it for some reason. I don't know why.
When we traveled Europe, it was so convenient as opposed to having to dig through a card and put a card through a thing and whatnot. Everything was just bing, bing, bing. And I never had to worry about losing my card or anything. And then of course it was all organized. When I got home, I could say, okay, this much went on this card, this one on this card. It told me what it was, where it was. It's very handy.
Isn't it sort of like PayPal?
No.
No, no, because you don't have to put money on it. It's your credit card.
Well, PayPal can use your credit card, I think.
It's
That's
not a
true, it
paper-
can, but PayPal takes a piece.
It depends. It depends. You can put money into PayPal when you're on a. I have a quick help balance I usually run when people pay me. I leave it in there and spend it, and that doesn't. And you can actually put money in there. People can send you money back and forth with PayPal for free, like Apple Cash, and you can spend that, or you can link it to your debit card, or your credit card, or whatever you want. Very similar.
But I can choose on Apple Pay, I can choose any one of about 4 different credit cards I have. You can
Yeah.
also use debit cards,
Yes.
and you can keep your driver's license on it, and your all kinds of stuff. It just really works.
You can put your BART card, your HSA account card. You can do. I was hesitant till last year or whenever it is when we took that trip to Europe. It's all I use now. Well, except some stores still don't have it, but yeah.
I got a question around that. I got a little confused about when you're about to pay for something and you've already got a card in your wallet and all set up. And do you have to open up your wallet first before you lay your iPhone on top of the device?
No,
No,
you just go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
no, you don't have to. Just hold it near the device.
And it
And then-
automatically goes to Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, actually, what you do is on the phone, you press the side button twice, and that opens
Excuse me
the
for
wallet.
interrupting.
I don't think you have to push the side button twice for the machine, do you?
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really great to use your watch.
Okay, well, I'll have to try it.
The only time you don't have to push the side button is if you're using Express Pass for transit.
Yeah, this morning, for instance, I was at Costco, and it asks you, do you want to use your embedded card with that? And I don't think that is Apple Pay. It's the Costco app, but you don't have to use the double push on that one.
Well, I know that some people have put their BART card in the wallet, and
Oh yeah.
and they
Oh, yeah.
There, they just lay the phone on the scanner on the machine, and it automatically seems to
Yeah,
the system.
that's the pay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Clipper card does it. I think at all these, I think you have to open your phone. I'm not sure, like
Well, that's
either.
the question. Do you have to open your phone or not? I don't know.
No, not for the Express.
No, but for the other, because you want to choose which card you want to use.
Well,
But
yeah.
for Bart, it chooses the Clipper card.
Right, but
Is
I'm
it-
just saying for your credit cards, when you're paying at a store, you might want to go Visa or MasterCard or American Express, and you're
Right.
the one that chooses it. So if you don't have it open, it won't know which one to use.
It pops
No, I'm
open by
sorry.
itself.
No, it's not true. You have a default card, and it's going to use your default card.
Yes.
Well, that's true, yes.
Only if you want to change it, then you basically have to go into your phone. And as far as how it finds it, it just set to default. And PayPal, you don't have to use you have to use a card in PayPal in order for PayPal to use your credit card. As stated by John, you can have PayPal money in there, but you don't have to. You have to provide a credit card to establish an
You
account.
can use a bank account too.
You can
Right.
use anything in it. They actually have a savings. They have everything now.
So when you use Apple Pay, the merchant never sees your account number or your card number.
Correct.
Apple Pay creates a token and shows that to the merchant. It looks to the merchant like that's your credit card number, but it's not. It's a one-time transaction code, token they call it. And so it's highly secure in that there's nothing to steal. In transit or at the merchant end.
Exactly.
And the fee that Apple charges is paid by the bank because it's more secure for them. It reduces the chance of them getting scammed. And when your credit card, if somebody steals your credit card number and does bogus charges, the bank makes good on that, the credit card company, not so with debit cards necessarily. And it's worth it to the bank or credit card company to pay Apple a small fee for the security of that system, so you never get charged.
Okay, shall we move on?
What, how do you use Apple Pay on a watch?
Hold the watch.
You double click the side of it and then it brings up your wallet and you choose the card you want, unless you have one chosen, then you just tap it on where you would tap your phone.
So Jane, it's basically the same as on the phone. It's just a miniature version of it. I've never used the phone.
Yes, and you don't have to get it out of your purse. Those of us who carry purses.
Yeah, I've never used it.
Very convenient. Well, you want to be sure you want to be sure you have a code that locks your watch, though, so when you take it off, someone can't pick it up and use it. So, just like on your phone, you have a code to get into it. I have one on my watch.
I almost never use my phone. I always use my watch. It's so much, I don't have to take anything out of my pocket.
Well, Gary, when you use your phone, when you use your watch, you don't have to, you lay your watch upside down on the device that you're,
just like that.
or whatever. You don't take the watch off or anything.
No, just put your watch, just touch it to the thing.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, I think it looks so cool when an old guy like me is holding my watch over the reader.
And they're usually shocked and go, "Oh, how'd you do that?"
People have gotten used to it, though. In the early days, they were shocked when you walked up and did that.
Well, some still are.
Apple Pay at the gas pump is the best because you don't insert a card, you don't enter any any numbers that somebody could snoop on? You just hold your phone or your watch up to the black pad on the pump to start the transaction, and then that's it. You just select your gas type and pump.
Does that work on Costco?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
But you have
It
to
works
put it in your
even better
you
on
have to-
Costco because their app has a QR code and the laser on the pump reads it.
You don't have to use their card either. You just scan your
No,
phone.
Yeah, the phone. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
How do you do the Costco part before the credit card?
You got to add that to your.
You link it. You link your
Right.
Costco credit card to your Costco ID.
yeah.
So is
I
that
think
is
think
that the
previously-
Costco?
Go ahead.
Is that the Costco app or
Right.
the
it's
card in
Cos-
the wallet, the Apple
It's the
wallet?
app. It's
The
the app.
Costco app
Which is
also has your ID, which
Right.
shows a QR code.
Yes.
I was asking about its relationship to being stored in the Apple wallet.
It's
no.
not.
No.
Okay.
It's
So,
it's in
when
the
I
app.
gassed up at Costco the other day, first I had to swipe or insert my Costco card, and then I did Apple Pay afterwards. You're saying that, how do you do that first stage?
Be simpler if you use the Costco app and link your Costco credit card to it.
Right.
And then as you go into the store, you just hold your phone up with that QR code. It reads it. And then you go to the checkout if you're using the self-checkout, and it'll say show your card before you start scanning. Once you're done, it says, do you want to pay with your embedded card? You say click yes, and you don't even have to double click the side. It's all done.
Yeah, but I'm asking about at the gas pump.
At the gas pump, Kenji,
Just
it
hold
scans. There's a scanner.
hold the phone to it.
You just hold the QR code in front of it, go back and forth, and it reads the QR code, and you're authenticated. That's the Costco app.
Okay.
So that means your Costco card is it's in the app, I guess.
Yeah, you link
Well,
it.
Here.
I use the Costco app with the QR code all the time at the door and at checkout, but I've never used it at the gas pump. I didn't know you
It
could do
works the
that.
same way.
Okay.
Just bring up the QR code and scan it. That's all.
When you say bring up the QR code, what do you mean by bringing up the QR code?
In
You go
Costco
to
app to authenticate.
you go
Open
to
the
a
Costco
wallet
app.
on the app.
You have to bring up your wallet or what?
No.
No.
Costco app.
Oh,
In the
okay.
Costco app, I think there's a member tab at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's a-
Click
yeah.
on the member tab and you'll see the QR code.
There's an account. It opens up, and in the account section, it'll say Costco wallet, and it'll say like add card, and that's where you add your card.
No.
Okay.
I know because I'm doing it now.
Just go to the account and you'll see the QR code.
Right.
And is the QR code scanner in the same place as the black pad on the key pump?
Yes, it's right above under it.
Okay, I'll have to check it out next time. I don't gas up at Costco often.
You'll see red
It's a red laser. You can't miss it.
laser.
Okay. Okay.
Later.
More discussion than the length of the video. Don't beat us up for it. Okay,
Lots
next.
of good info.
All right. Still paying for old apps on your iPad? Stop the renewals or what's known as subscriptions.
Now let's take a look at how we can manage our subscriptions with apps. In a lot of cases, when you purchase an app, you're actually purchasing a...
Something wrong. That one's frozen. I'll go back and try it again.
Now let's take a look at how we can manage our subscriptions with apps. In a lot of cases, when you purchase an app, you're actually purchasing a subscription. So where can you manage all of these subscriptions? Maybe you don't use that app anymore. You want to cancel that subscription. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you may want to do is stick around to the end. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself and how you can help support my efforts in creating these videos. Let's find out how we can manage these subscriptions on the iPad. Let's go over to my iPad. Now, there are a couple of ways to manage your subscriptions on the iPad, or I should say a couple of ways to get to where you manage your subscriptions. You can do this in the Settings app, or what you can do is do this through the App Store. Let's first look at the App Store, because this is where you would most likely go. You'd go to the App Store to manage your app subscriptions. So I tap on it, and then what we need to do is we need to go to our account in the upper right-hand corner. When I tap on that, what you're going to see is subscriptions. I tap on that, and now I can manage all of my subscriptions. So that's one way of getting to it. We can do this through the App Store. You can see it's pretty simple. But we can also do this through the Settings app. So I'm going to go back to my home screen, and we go over here to my settings. And then we need to go to our Apple account because our subscriptions are tied to our Apple account. So when I tap on my Apple account, and then we go over here to the right, you're going to see subscriptions. This is another way of getting at your subscriptions. Either way, you're going to be brought to the same place where you can manage them. So let's go and see how we manage these now that we know how to get to our subscriptions. So I tap on it. It's going to open it up. And then from here, I can see all of my subscriptions. The first thing you can do is you can set the sort order. When I tap on sort, what I'm able to do is sort them by the app name, the price, or the next payment date. So let's say you wanted to see when the next payment date is for any apps. That's probably the way that you'd want to see all of your subscriptions. When is the next payment? Do I want to cancel before that next payment? So I'm going to tap on next payment date. And now we can see that the next payment is for my album and is going to be for $5.99. If we look above it, I have glass here. That's going to expire on August 12. I already canceled this one. If I wanted to renew it, I can tap on it, and then I can go and renew this. Let's go and take a look at the next one. The next one is for my album. This is a subscription that is currently running and is going to renew on August 19. Let's go ahead and tap on it and see how we could cancel this. So I tap on it, and then if I wanted to cancel it, I could cancel this. I can also change the plan. So I'm paying $5.99 per month. Well, maybe they have an annual that is a little bit cheaper. If I wanted to change that plan, I can go to See All Plans, and then from here, I'm able to change the plan. It'll continue through the current plan, so I'm on a monthly plan right now, so it'll continue through the monthly plan, and then once that expires, what it'll do is it'll switch to whatever I tap down here. So I could switch to an annual payment to save a little bit of money. So when we're in the middle of a subscription, we can easily change our subscription model from annual to monthly or monthly to annual. It all depends on what the developer offers. I'm going to cancel this. We just go back, and we're going to go back. So we can easily see from this list here what the next payment is going to be, and then we can decide if we want to keep it, or we can also see which ones are expiring, and then we can decide if we want to renew it. I would recommend that you take a look at this maybe once every couple of months. You're going to find out that you've subscribed to a couple of apps that you may not use anymore, and then what you're able to do is cancel it. Or what you can do, here's a little tip. If you sign up for an annual subscription, you can actually go and cancel that as soon as you sign up for it. You'll still have that subscription for the full year, but then it'll cancel after that. So then if you forget that you have that subscription to that app, it will not renew in a year. You can go and manually renew it just by tapping on it here and renewing it manually. So there's a little tip. If you don't like subscriptions, you can sign up for an annual subscription and then almost immediately go and cancel it. It'll cancel the subscription, but you still have access to that app's premium features for a year or a month or whatever subscription you signed up for. So there's a little tip for you on how you can also help manage your subscriptions. So that's how we manage our subscriptions on the iPad. We can do this through the App Store, or we can do this through the Settings app. We can change the sort order, and then we can easily cancel any current subscriptions, and we can also renew any subscriptions that we have canceled. And then we can also change plans midterm. So that is how we work with our subscriptions for our different apps on the iPad. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you may want to do is like the video. You can subscribe to my channel. You can share it with your friends and family. I also have a couple of other options. Take a look at danstutorials.com. With danstutorials.com, not only do I have more videos there, but I have an AI assistant modeled after an Apple Genius, and I host classes and webinars on a regular basis. This is a subscription site, which means that when you become a member, what I'll do for you is I will remove all of the ads from the videos. You'll have access to that AI assistant. Now, if you don't like membership sites or subscriptions, and you want to just take a course on a specific device, I also have dansonlinecourses.com. This site is basically focused on courses. It's a one-time purchase. You purchase a course for a device such as the iPad, and then what you're able to do is view all the videos, including this one, with that course. Now, as of this recording, I do only have one course on there for the iPhone, but I do plan on including a new course on the iPad, which includes this video and many more, as well as one on the Mac. Check out Dan's online courses for more information on that. Either way, you are helping support a small business. It is just me in a corner office of my house. I'm not part of some large organization. So when you become a member or purchase a course, you are directly supporting my efforts in creating these videos. Check out danstutorials.com as well as dansonlinecourses.com for more information, and thanks for watching.
Comments, questions? You should look at your subscriptions and see what you're subscribed to, because you may forget and it'll just keep paying, renewing, and something you don't even know what it was you did years ago. Just review them.
Yeah, it's like a gym membership. You got to keep up on it and either use it or cancel it.
So I put a question in the chat. So I've been curious before, and this time I managed to do a screen grab. What's that device over his shoulder next to the iPad, the iMac, the old iMac? Is that like an Osborne or something like that, or is it an earlier Mac?
No idea.
There's an iMac in there on the right.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what's on the next to the iMac.
It's a time portal.
Oh, the square one?
Yeah.
At the side of it?
Yep.
I don't know what that was.
Where do you get those little images, John, that you use showing Dan's tutorials, Apple training?
Oh, I get them off his website. I get it off the website, or I just go to Google, search for images, and type in that and see if there's a logo someplace. Sometimes it's a really big one. Then you just take a screenshot and then resize it down to whatever size you need.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like him.
And then I save them.
That's not bad.
I keep them. I have a whole folder of all the ones I've done. So when I do one, I go, oh, that's from Ellen or that's from MacMost, and I just drag them in, so I have them all ready to go. Give credit to them.
Most of the time, you can right-click on an image on your screen and save it to your photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to give a little credit to who's doing it, so you wonder, probably should have a link to his website. If you like him, you can go watch the rest of them. That's more work. Got to put in so this doesn't link to anything. These links go to YouTube. If you go to YouTube, it usually when you go to YouTube to watch them directly, they'll put their link to their website in there. You can go watch more of them. Some of these guys have tons of them. Like MacMost has years and years, and he does one every day, every weekday. There's just hundreds, if not thousands of them.
But John, when you do it this way, do they still get the credit on YouTube for us viewing the video, or?
Well, this link goes strictly to YouTube, yes. And they'll
Okay.
show you, and then actually, if you go to YouTube and watch it, you're going to see ads in the YouTube video, typically, unless you pay for YouTube Premium or Premium Lite, which I pay for, which is totally worth it. $7, no ads on YouTube if you'll watch a lot of YouTube stuff. I watch shows on YouTube every day, so I watch quite a bit on YouTube. Okay, anything else? Moving forward. Okay, this is interesting. This tells us about, there's a short one about the AirTag 2 and what they are. Whoops. See, now what I did, I clicked on that link and I went to YouTube. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry about that. Well, I got to switch back to Keynote. And we just want to move forward because this is the embedded YouTube video.
Apple just released its most anticipated product, the AirTag 2. I mean, it's kind of cool. Real quick, before we get into the...
Okay, so that's frozen again for some reason. Let me go back here and start it again. Try it again.
Probably because he said it was the most anticipated thing. And
Apple just released its most anticipated product, the AirTag 2. I mean, it's kind of cool. Real quick, before we get into the new tracker, if you want to keep up to date with all of the latest Apple news and reviews, hit that subscribe button. Let's be honest, AirTag 2 isn't the massive new device everyone had been hoping for, but it's long overdue. In fact, rumors had suggested that this device has been ready to go since early 2025, and Apple just hadn't released it yet. Well, it is officially here, so let's talk about what is new and how it works. First, the design has remained the same. This is actually my OG AirTag, and it looks the same as the new one with a white dome on one side and a polished metal cap on the other, with a removable battery on the inside. You can still opt to get different emojis or letters put on it as a bit of customization. Some had hoped to see different design options or colors, maybe even like a thin wallet-style version, but the rumors had always pointed us to this. Good thing you can still opt for many of the third-party trackers that are out there. I did a whole roundup of those trackers, so if you want to learn more about those, check out the link that I've put here. Before we get into the actual changes, I also want to know how many Find My items you all have. Let me know down below in the comments. I currently have 19 in the Items tab of the Find My app. Can anyone beat me? The biggest change with AirTag 2 is the ultra-wideband chip on the inside. It's the new generation of Apple's chip that is currently found in new devices like iPhone Air, iPhone 17 lineup, and the new Apple Watches, which means that the precision finding feature, the one where you can use the arrow on screen and get closer to your device, will work from 50% farther than before. It also has an updated Bluetooth chip on the inside, which again means this will help work from a longer range, and best of all, it'll enable precision finding on Apple Watch. This is the first time we've been able to do precision finding directly from Apple Watch. Since you're tracking it from further, it's a good thing Apple also updated the speaker. AirTag makes noise in a unique way by essentially vibrating the plastic shell. It's fairly lo-fi and was never really super loud. Apple says the new model is twice as loud as before and can be heard by up to twice as far away. I think that's going to be huge, as I've had trouble hearing it when I'm in some place that's a little loud, like a bustling restaurant, and my keys have fallen somewhere. Rumors had also said Apple was working to make this speaker harder to disable, but there's no word on whether or not that's really the case. Once these new ones start shipping, we'll know for sure that change was made. The rumors this time were spot on. We got a new model that looks the same, with vastly improved range and tracking. It makes it like a minor update to the tracker, but we can't forget how much Apple had continued to support the first model. Apple kept pushing new features to this long after it was announced, mainly to the Find My app. It doubled the number of Find My devices that you could have, from 16 to 32. It enabled sharing, so up to 5 people could share devices, like the TV remote, dog leash, keys, or an umbrella. It revamped the sharing capabilities in Flow to be more useful and easier to understand. And my favorite, it gave us the ability to share a temporary link to a device. Then it integrated that into several popular airlines. Like if I left a charger at an Airbnb, I could send them a message and a link, and they could go find that item with their phone. Or if you lost your luggage on a flight, you can send that link directly to the airline, and they can use it to find your bag. And these features work with third-party trackers too. alongside AirTag. I'm not going to be quickly swapping out all of my AirTags for the new model, but these new ones will be perfect as I add more. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.
Comments, questions?
Yeah, I've got one thing, which is that the one thing about AirTags is they're too thick to put in a wallet, at least in my wallet. So I bought one of those other kinds he showed you that he had a stack of. This thing, which is called a switch bot. It's thickness of a credit card. Check this out. It's a third-party thing. It costs $13 on Amazon. It works fine, and it's supposed to have the batteries is not replaceable, but it's supposed to have a 3-year battery life. So, and I've had it for almost a year now, and it's still going strong. And it doesn't. You can't use the near field technology where your iPhone can't point to it, but it does have a fairly loud beeper in it that Find My can set off. So if it's somewhere around me, I can hear where it is. And I think it's pretty cool.
Does it support finding in like the map when you go, lost it from, it goes and shows you where it is on the map when you're not nearby?
Yes. Yep.
The whole thing.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Comments, questions? I don't know if we have another video or not. I'm not sure. Let me see.
Can't say that guy isn't exuberant.
Oh yeah, we do have another one. Okay, let's go watch this one. iPhone settings search tips that actually work.
Hi, everyone. If we haven't met, I'm Ellen from Ellen's Tips for iOS. And the question this week is, have you ever opened the settings app?
I know, it's freezing at the beginning of them for something reason. Okay, we'll try that.
Hi, everyone. If we haven't met, I'm Ellen from Ellen's Tips for iOS. And the question this week is, have you ever opened the settings app and thought, where in the world is that option? Today, I'm going to show you one of the fastest and easiest ways to find any setting on your iPhone using the built-in search feature in Settings. Let's get started. First, let's open the Settings app, which is this gray gear icon. And you'll notice at the very bottom, you'll see a search bar. If you don't see that, you may be on an older version of iOS, and you'll need to slightly pull down on your screen and the search bar will appear at the top. Tap in the search field, you'll see the cursor appear, and begin typing what you're looking for. You don't need to type the whole word. You just need to put in a few letters. So let's look at some real-world examples. Let's start by typing in Wi-Fi. And you'll see that all of the settings available for Wi-Fi appear. If you're having trouble connecting to the internet, I would just tap into Wi-Fi. And now you'll see you're instantly taken to all of your Wi-Fi settings. And why this helps is because you don't have to scroll through any menus. Another example, if text on your iPhone feels too small, you can search for text size or display. So let me hit the back button. To come back into the search area, I'll hit the X where it says Wi-Fi, and here I'll tap or I'll type in text, and you'll see that display and text size appears. I can go ahead and tap on that, and all of the Display and text size options appear. So if you want your text to be bold, you can toggle that on. If you want larger text, you can come in here and start to increase the text size. This is one of my favorite tips for seniors because it makes it quick and easy to configure your iPhone exactly as you want it. Accessibility settings are incredibly helpful, but they're buried deep in the Settings app. So let's just search for accessibility. And you'll see that it appears instantly on your screen. I can tap into accessibility and you can find things like voiceover, zoom, hearing features. So it's a quick and easy way to access the settings you need. If your phone is constantly buzzing with notifications, you can go ahead and search for notifications. You'll see it appears. You can then quickly control your alerts, sounds, and which apps you allow to notify you. Here's a great trick many people don't know. You can search for an app name. So if I search for mail and I tap into it, you'll see you'll jump straight to the Mail app settings. You can do this with messages, basically with any apps that you have on your phone that you want to get to their particular settings. If you ever need to change or review your passcode, tap into search, begin typing passcode. You'll see Face ID and passcode appear, or change passcode. You have a few options. I'm just going to go to Face ID and passcode, and this takes you right to the Face ID or Touch IDs option. You enter your passcode, and here you'll be able to do whatever you need to do, whether it's change the passcode, turn it off, whatever you need is available in the passcode settings. This is so helpful because instead of scrolling through long lists, search takes you exactly where you want to go. It saves time, reduces frustration, and makes using your iPhone much easier. Now you know how to quickly find any setting on your iPhone without the frustration. Just remember, you don't need to type in the full word. You can type in a few letters and hopefully the setting will appear. Or if you aren't finding the setting you want, try a similar word. If this tip helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
That's a great thing. I mean, search where stuff is in settings. It's so buried in, look what you're trying to do and you'll see the options. It's much faster. Any other comments, questions? Pretty straightforward.
Finding that out for months now.
Did you say something, Bill?
I tried. I don't know. My camera and mic aren't working very well. I've been pointing out the search function instead of our long explanations of all the menus and sub-menus to go down. Just use search.
Yeah. Even if you know where it is, it's faster to get there that way. You don't have to scroll so much.
It's not perfect, though.
This also is the same on the Mac OS when they switch the settings that looks like the iPhone. So you don't know where anything is, and so just search for what you're looking for. It's the same basic setup.
It's not helping me right now with what I need, so.
Yeah, your microphone ain't working too good.
Well, it's the mic and camera on an old Logitech webcam, and I can't get the phone to work right now to replace it.
Okay, anybody else on this? I don't think that might be the last one. Yep, that was the last one. Any more comments or questions, discussion about anything we saw in the videos, or we can move to a general Q&A and start a new recording?
I was just going to tell Bill that that microphone isn't the best, but it's not too bad. We can clearly hear what you're saying.
I can't.
I just need continuity camera working to my phone right now. It's not working.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna join everyone.
Okay, so I will stop the record. I'll stop my share. So all I'll say before I stop, and DVMUG members watching this, you want to see the next recording of Q&A, you can find the link on the DVMUG BBS. And we will stop this recording and move on to a new one as soon as I find the stop recording button, wherever the heck that is. Zoom. Okay. Stop share. Recording. Stop. Stop recording.